Before I start this video, I just want to say I made a second channel dedicated to my love of Funko Pops. If you like that kind of thing, please go check it out. On to the video. Band of Brothers follows Easy Company, a troupe of young Americans through their training in England, the devastation of D-Day, the fields and forests of France, including Bastogne, Holland, including Operation Market Garden, Germany, and Austria. This story is played across 10 episodes, with each episode starting with the real men from Easy Company candidly sharing their real life experiences, with the episode bookended by a brief written update of Easy Company. The space in between this intro and summary is some of the most impressive storytelling I have seen on screen. Told over 10 gut-wrenching episodes, the story centers on a company of soldiers in the 101st American Airborne Division in World War II, from their initial basic training to their landing in France on D-Day to their subsequent battles. Their witness to the liberation of a concentration camp consummating with the end of the war. During the first couple of episodes, while I certainly enjoyed it, I didn't quite feel the hype surrounding the show, especially given that it centers mostly around their missions and combat. However, during episode 6, it really clicked for me as they profiled the medics struggling day to day to help those in need during the Battle of the Bulge. This episode was a perfect microcosm of the type of story this show excels at telling. From that point on, this show was nothing short of emotionally riveting. Episodes 6 and 7 left me speechless, with tears in my eyes. While they only center on the Battle of the Bulge portion of Easy Company's long and grueling career, these episodes give the viewer a heartfelt and unadulterated look into a war which I have never before seen put to screen. Most episodes have a central character who becomes one of, if not the main subject of the episode, and the events are seen through the character's perspective. There are a variety of companies, squads, platoons, characters moving from center stage to background even across one episode. That and the changing directors, locations, color grading, and pace between action and more peaceful moments really makes it a well-balanced show. There is a lot more action here than I would have thought for a TV series, especially when it is done as well as anything seen in Saving Private Ryan. Even a 3-hour film cannot quite replicate what Band of Brothers does, and the amount of detail packed into every episode is impressive. In battle, I think this series was the most informative profile of war action I have ever seen. Even Saving Private Ryan has to compromise and be occasionally sporadic with its action sequences. In Band of Brothers, you hear every call for a flank, you see every hand signal, every radio call in order for machine gun fire or mortars. It is fascinating in how much it prioritizes battle strategy, and not a single pause dulls the excitement of the gunfire itself. If anything, it gives the fighting structure and purpose. Every maneuver matters. Band of Brothers really is an action series given how much of its runtime consists of combat, and yet it somehow says more about the silence and downtime during a military campaign than anything else on film. From the internal politics and jockeying for rank in the army to the condescension and the infighting that occurs, especially with replacements, Band of Brothers again feels so informative about the dynamics within a company. It doesn't shy away from profiling all the ugly parts and vices of men, especially in the final episode, yet never questions the bravery of the men and their lifelong bond. The casting of this show is also something to behold, since due to shooting in England at this specific period, this was the first job for an entire generation of British actors who have come to dominate the profession long since. We're graced with Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy, Dexter Fletcher, Tom Hardy, Stephen Graham, etc. Meanwhile, several of the American actors don't seem to act anymore, or didn't become the superstars you'd expect from watching this. Matthew Settle in anything else comes off as the blandest guy ever, and hasn't acted in forever, but here he's a badass superstar. I just don't get it. Same with Damian Lewis, who's still around and starring in TV shows, but never became the big deal you expected after watching this. Each episode ends with a short paragraph summarizing what this extraordinary band of brothers managed to achieve during the war, and reminds you why we still remember them as the great heroes of their time. A great story of brotherhood, heroism, and what that war meant to a generation. As a whole, no other film or show depicting the horrors of war seems to have come close to reaching the levels of Band of Brothers.
Man, it's been a long war, it's been a tough war. We fought bravely, proudly for your country. We're a special group. We found in one another a bond that exists only in combat.
Tune in every Friday for new movie videos. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what other movies you would like me to do videos on. Thank you, Mom, for editing the scripts for my movie essays. I appreciate you. Till next time, thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.